Okay, so this is like my first video. I'm like whispering because I don't want anybody to hear me because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing talking to a camera in a bedroom. But Dylan's taking a nap, so I have to take advantage of the opportunity. I look crappy because I'm sick and it's a Monday. So I'm gonna record my first hair and makeup tutorial. Let's just do it. So, let's just do it. Okay. What is going on with my nails? It's terrible. It's bad, but you know, we can pull ourselves together today, I think. So, the first thing I do is put on chapstick. And I like to use lanolin because, let's face it, if it's good enough for your nipples, good enough for your lips. So I'm just gonna kind of go through what I normally do for my hair and makeup, and then we'll just go from there. I need some water. All I drink is water, basically. Well, I like this Angel Veil mix stuff, so I'm gonna put that on. I feel like I need like a more moisturizing like primer and stuff, and I'm out of the Becca one, which I love, the purple Becca one, I forget what it's called. I'm trying to be quiet because she's napping, but really she can't hear me, and also because I'm embarrassed to like sit here and talk to a camera. Like what are we doing these days? Like YouTube is so weird, and like blogging and vlogging are weird, and Instagram's weird, but I love it. I love it so much. So I'm using the number 7 Lift and Illuminate. I'm just using a damp makeup sponge. I decided to start vlogging again because I miss it, and I've only done ever done like 3 videos, and it was fun, and I just never did it again. It's like I just sort of took for granted the fact that I could, or that I had the camera for it and the time, and then I got really busy and just didn't prioritize it, and I felt like, you know, I don't know, I kind of questioned like, is it, well, on camera it looks way yellow for me. Anyway, it was such a production before because I would get like a big light, one of our professional like lights for photo shoots, and set it up and all that, and that was a bunch of trouble. And so I finally just got like this vlogging camera, the Canon G7X. I had to look at the camera to know what it is. I'm not a gear person, but I'm a photographer, so I'll figure that out. Okay, Tarte Shape Tape. The only thing I don't I'm not obsessed with is the fact that it has like a perfumey smell. I don't know why. I'm just really not the biggest perfume person. Okay, so I'm like 32, and I don't want to use a lot of under eye concealer because if I put it on, I find like a bunch. I find that I get like creases and crevices and wrinkles and stuff, and it's just, it almost makes me look wrinkly, even though I'm really not. I mean, I don't think I'm that wrinkly. I'm still only 32. It's not like I'm ancient or anything. I'm using this NYX powder. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm just using it because I bought it, and I don't like buying new stuff when I've still got something left. I try to use everything up. So anyway, this is just quick, just mainly not the whole face because it's winter time and I don't want to be all like cakey and butter bronzer. Yes, it's Drugstore. It smells like coconuts, and it's a good bronzer. I like to use Real Techniques. I like Real Techniques brushes. I like to use a big one because I don't have a lot of time. So I don't really contour anymore unless it's like a special occasion or a photo shoot or something. A photo shoot. So I just hit the high notes and then the outer corners and whatever. Oh, I miss this. This is fun. A little secret about me is I am opposed to sunscreen, and I hate tanning beds. I think they're stupid. But I think getting sunburned is horrible, but I've heard some opposing viewpoints on sunscreen. And apparently it's worse for you, you know, and I mean, some people know it's like kind of a common thing that people are questioning, like sunscreen, but I think that everybody, regardless of your skin type, should be out in the sun every day for a few minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, depending on your, like, how dark you are or whatever. But not getting vitamin D is like one of the biggest issues for like everybody. A lot of chronic problems and illnesses could be like cured or reversed if people got more vitamin D. And I know that like half the country or more can't get it at this time of year, but I live in Alabama, and so I can get vitamin D every day the whole year, at least for a few hours. So I got this app called D-Minder. It tells you what time of day you can get vitamin D and for how long and all that stuff. You can get real detailed with it, like you can tell it like how pale you are and that kind of stuff, and get, you know, a recommended amount of time that you should be out in the sun. But I don't wear sunglasses because most of your blood is filtered through your eyes, and so you get a lot of your vitamin D through your eyeballs. So I don't wear sunglasses because I just think, you know, we spend a lot of time around LED lights and screens and computers and TVs and all that all day long, and so our exposure to like blue light is so intense. Okay, I'm totally going off on a tangent, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not the biggest sunscreen fan because I feel like be smart with the sun and don't feel like it's killing you, because a lot of getting sun exposure at the right time of day actually is what protects your body from sunburn. It's just not natural to be afraid of the sun. But I don't lay out for 6 hours either, you know. Like if we go to the beach, I'm like in the sun for a reasonable amount of time, depending on how tan I am. And when I say tan, I just mean my body's ability to, I'm probably gonna cut all this. I don't know what I'm doing. But depending on your body's ability to handle sun, then you can get another umbrella, you can put a hat on, whatever. Like, I don't know, that's just what I think. But highlighter, I'm gonna use the Laura Geller. I don't like to glow into space or anything, but my favorite primer eyeshadow primer is e.l.f. I used to use the Urban Decay, but then I tried the e.l.f. and it's just as good, if not better. I don't know. It works really good for me, and so that's what I like to use. So this room is our office, and it used to be my closet. Don't get me started. But when we moved in this house, their closet space was lacking, so this was like a spare, like a 4th bedroom. And so I used it for my closet. Eventually I was just like, we had room in our bedroom where I could put my rolling racks in there, so. But Craig had installed this like huge, beautiful lighted mirror that I can show you probably through this mirror. See, it's like a lighted mirror that I'm doing my makeup in. He went to a lot of trouble. He put like a plug in and a light switch right beside it and all this stuff, and that was when this was my closet. And now I've moved some of my stuff into the bedroom, and I didn't want to get rid of my little beauty table that he made me, so I just left it in the office. So now the office is behind me, and this little nook I have in the corner is my makeup table, which I can film my makeup table for you. Okay, I'm using Real Techniques again. I probably should be talking. The thing I used for blush was this Eco Tools brush for my blush. This is my favorite palette. Okay, it's not my favorite because I have a lot of palettes, but it's one of my favorites for just like day-to-day stuff. And then I just take this color, Smarty Pants, and I go in my crease just kind of quickly. So Sweetheart is the next one I'm using. I just use my finger because I'm lazy. It's awesome. And I just add a little extra right there. So we're glowing and going. And then I'll just kind of dust under my eyes just to be sure I didn't have any fallout, even though that palette doesn't really do any, but because I'm not real precise, that just kind of cleans up the sides. So I've recently started using the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil, and I like it a lot. I just brush my brows. And I used to wax. I have a waxer and everything, but I don't use it anymore. I just kind of tweeze because around the edges, but like usually it's like 3 hairs. Like I try not to overdo it, and I'm still this sparse. The good old early 2000s just sort of did me in as far as being able to have thick brows. Okay, this Maybelline Brow Drama Gel is what I like to use. I mean, I'm not a brow connoisseur, but this gets the job done for sure. Okay, so now we'll do eyeliner. And okay, so I love cat eye, but it's so hard to do. Like, it's like I do makeup and hair all the time and I still struggle with it. So my like foolproof method is this. And I don't know, people are probably gonna be like, no girl. These are the makeup wipes I like to use right now. I'm probably gonna try to find some that are a little less, like even more natural maybe, but I don't know, I haven't done a lot of research on these. I'm not like hippy dippy or anything, but I do try to go a little more with the natural stuff because my skin and my body tends to be happier and more balanced if I do. So anyway, okay, so I use this soft L'Oreal Intense mascara, like eyeliner brush, and I just use it because it's soft and it does a good job. And I'm gonna use the viewfinder. I'm looking at it a lot, I know, I need to look at you, but I'm looking at it because it helps me. So I'm gonna use it to, all I'm gonna do is just make like a guideline, and then I go back with my other eyeliner and do the wing. So we'll just do this first. Oh my gosh, this is hard on camera. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just kind of go, give it a little something. And then I take a flat brush. This is a Morphe brush, 341. And it's just kind of a flat top brush like that. And I just kind of wing it and blur it in gently. The faces you make when you're trying to put your makeup on, it's bad. I turn into like a toothless old woman. I'm like, I just kind of try to smooth it out as much as I can. You can do less, you know, you could get a little less on there and not have such like an intense line, but it just puts me together. I love the tattoo liner in Trooper from Kat Von D. It's almost empty, so hopefully we can make it through this, but I just take it and I go over it and just make a little wing and kind of fill in the top. Hopefully you can see this. That's relatively even. My eyes aren't even, but I mean, most people's eyes aren't, so. And then the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise is, it's awesome. If you like the Better Than Sex mascara, you'll like this. It's a good drugstore dupe. I don't really ever do falsies unless it's like some real special occasion. Over everyday life, it's just what I do in the mornings. It helps me. Like today was an exception because I've been sick and I just don't feel so good. And I was sort of home all day and I knew I didn't have to leave. But usually, whether I'm leaving the house or not, I get up at a good time and I get dressed and I do my makeup, you know. Craig, he'll watch Dylan for the, you know, 15 to 30 minutes that it takes me to get ready. And even if all I do is get dressed and just put some mascara on and brush my hair, then, you know, at least I put a little effort in. And it's not about trying to be cute for my husband or keep up appearances or anything like that. It's just really, literally, it makes me feel like I can do anything that day. Like I can handle any situation that arises. And I know that's so dumb, and maybe it's just ingrained in me from like the culture we live in and like our society or whatever you want to say, but maybe I'm overthinking it. But I'm just saying, like, if I get up and I get dressed and I put my makeup on some level, I feel good. Like I don't check myself in the mirror 25 times a day. I don't have to like try and, you know, put myself together before we leave. Like at the drop of a hat, I can be like, let's go on a walk downtown, or let's, you know, go run some errands, or, you know, if somebody drops by or whatever, I'm good to go. So, you know, that's just me. I usually don't put anything on my lips but chapstick, because I kiss Dylan all day and I don't really want like lipstick all over her. I sometimes do like a stain with one of my lipsticks, but I'm just gonna skip it today. This is pretty much what we're working with. I'm gonna do a little more bronzer, so I want to put it on under my eyes. NYX Dewy Finish stuff, setting spray, which is probably bougie and whatever extra, but I just do it because it makes me feel like it's not gonna come off on everybody and everything. So I just do that, and and then apparently you're supposed to fan yourself to get it completely dry. Now I just brush my hair. I only wash my hair like twice a week. I never trim my hair. That's the secret to having long hair. They don't tell you, but like if you don't trim your hair, they say if you trim your hair that it makes it grow or like be healthier so that it can grow, but that's a lie. Because I understand what they're saying about your ends splitting and like your hair breaks off, but the amount of hair that breaks off is a lot less than the amount of hair you're gonna cut off. And I say survival of the fittest. Whatever hair is so broken that it's just gonna fall off, well, just let it fall off, and then what you're left with is way more inches in the end, because your hair grows a ½ inch a month, no matter who you are, mainly, like on average, I guess. If you trim it about that much every month, I mean, okay, people don't trim it that often, but like every 6 weeks or whatever they recommend, if you trim your hair that often, you're not gonna have any left. So I propose that you just let your hair grow out. Don't cut it, don't trim it, don't touch it, and the ends that are dry will just fall away slowly in a very natural way. I mean, I just don't think people back in the day trim their hair every 5 minutes like we do, and I think it's silly. And I feel like it's a way for hairdressers to make more money. No offense, hairdressers, because my mom and grandmother and mother-in-law were all hairdressers, and I think hairdressers are amazing. But I'm just saying, like, if you want long hair, don't cut it. And then I just use dry shampoo like a crazy person. Batiste, just the bare, like unscented, and I don't know, I just don't like all the smells. Today I don't really need any because I just washed it yesterday, and what I do is I just blow dry it and use a flat iron to curl it, and then I just I sleep on it and everything. Flat iron curls for me they last until the next time I wash it, because I don't really do like I don't want my hair to look like super curly or anything, so I'm literally like in a nursing tank top. Real life, people, real life. My mother-in-law got me this brush for Christmas, and it's by the brand Brush Strokes, because it's like a boar bristle brush, which is great. But actually I may use dry shampoo. Oh my gosh, you know what I just realized is this camera is gonna go through so much hairspray and dry shampoo before this is over. Like just in life, like the life of the camera is gonna be, it's gonna be a rugged, dirty one. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a little dry shampoo. And I don't use the brown kind. Like if my head itches or something, I scratch it, and then if I don't have nail polish on, which I shouldn't have any on right now obviously because I got crazy nails, and it sort of makes your head look dirty, right? I don't know, there's just a lot of reasons. My pillows are all white cases, and so they get like stained from it. So I just go with the white cast on my hair because I feel like it makes me feel like it's working. So that kind of fluffs it up a little bit, and I promise I'll do another tutorial where I'm actually doing my hair and stuff, but like teasing it and like doing it from scratch, like after I blow dry it. This is kind of like how I look like put together. This is how I look decent to just live life. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial or whatever it was. I hope you learned something, or at least saw some products that you might want to try. Hopefully there's more videos like this to come. Thanks for watching.